Welcome to another edition of Stuff You Don't Usually See. You know the rules. We record a segment for a group of local radio stations every single week. This opportunity allows you to just kind of see what that looks like. So the guest today is Lacey Lively. Lacey is our marketing manager for the city of College Station and also the chief information officer for the Brazos Valley Veterans Memorial Board. I got that right, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about Veterans Day stuff.
Yes.
But before we get started, I want to do a quick fun fact.
Okay.
Didn't you at one time want to get a degree and experience that allowed you to swim with sharks?
Yes. When you go around in kindergarten and your teacher asks you, what do you want to be when you grow up? I stood up and told everyone I was going to swim with sharks. So I've had that dream. Basically, through all of high school, I went to A&M Galveston. I was a marine biologist, and then 2 years into that, it just wasn't my calling. I missed the ag side of things, agriculture. Now, how I ended up here, I have no idea, but right. I got a degree in ag journalism and communications, and that was awesome. Do
you still have any desire to swim with sharks?
Oh, yes. We'll see a great white shark in person one day. I want a cage dive. I look into that all the time.
For you,
for sure.
Every week is Shark Week.
Oh, I love Shark Week, too. But yes, no, I know about cows, and I know about sharks. Very weird, but it's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
At some point, those two worlds will come together.
Maybe.
Okay, so you ready to do this for radio?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. Well, thank you and good morning. My guest today is Lacey Lively. Lacey is the marketing manager for the city of College Station, but in her spare time, and that's in air quotes, she is chief information officer for the Brazos Valley Veterans Memorial Board. Hey, Lacey.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
Okay. So I know you have something very specific to talk about related to the Brazos Valley Veterans Memorial, an event. So you tell me, do you want to start with the event or do you want to take a step back and explain to people who may not know what this Brazos Valley Veterans Memorial is, where it is, what it's all about?
Well, first, let's talk about the event.
Okay.
That's on my head.
Go for it.
So on Thursday, November 11th, so next Thursday, we're going to have our annual Veterans Day ceremony, and that's at 5:30 p.m. It's always on Veterans Day every year, and it's always at 5:30, and it's in the plaza right next to our Wall of Honor. Mm-hmm. And we start our ceremony with the new names that have been added. And this year, we've been able to add 194 names on our Wall of Honor. And so those individuals will be recognized. That's how we start our ceremonies. It's 5:30 sharp. And so for those that are living that have been added, they get to stand up and say here when their name is called. If not, their families and friends can do that for them. So it's a really special moment. And the whole public's invited. So you can, see that, honor them. But then we also have the Fighting Texas Aggie Band out there, Brazos Valley Chorale doing music. We do the rifle salute by the Texas A&M Soul Ross Volunteers. Mm-hmm. So it's a really special ceremony. Everyone's invited. It's an hour long. Come out. If it rains, we'll just move it under the pavilion. But let's knock on wood, it's good weather. But just so you know, if anyone asks, it's a rain or shine event. We'll just move it to under the pavilion.
If you haven't been to this event before, it is a tremendous event. It is always well attended. It is a beautiful setting. And you guys have this thing down to a science.
Oh, it's, yes. And of course, military, it is. We're on record, on track. We have the script down and the time down. So, and the other thing I forgot to mention for those that join us, even if you weren't a part of adding a name, we do the service medley. So you get to stand up, say Marine, Army, get to stand up right whenever your song is played for your military branch. So that's kind of special too. So wear your dog tags, come out and join us and honor our veterans.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I always kind of watch from the back and to see the range of ages represented who have military service or who are representing someone whose name is called. It's really interesting. It's so multi-generational.
It's special. It's really neat to see, yes, all the kids out there as well, all the, youth that get to see that and then honor their family members or friends. It's also a great, I think this is a great segue to say how you add a name.
Yeah.
So adding a name to the Wall of Honor, the deadline is August 15th every year. And basically that deadline makes sure that the names are etched on the wall and ready for our Veterans Day ceremony. So definitely if you have a name, it's a great gift. Father's Day, Mother's Day, grandparents' birthday. I really do think it's a special, we want it to be etched for all eternity. That's kind of the goal of the Brazos Veterans Memorial. So it's $150. We're an all-volunteer board. We work on all donations. So that covers the cost of basically engraving, but also maintenance. So say we just recently repainted some names that were wearing off because they had the white paint. We repainted those, and we were able to do that out of our, maintenance fund. So it's basically lifetime etched on our 250-ton Texas red granite wall of honor. So that's really special. August 15th, and then we'll recognize you at the next year's Veterans Day ceremony.
How about speakers or any other features of the event?
Oh, yes. Very good point.
Yeah.
Our keynote speaker this year is Colonel Mike Fossum.
Astronaut Fossum.
Yes, astronaut. And he's A&M, is our vice president for Texas A&M. He is chief operating officer. I probably said that wrong now that I'm doing that. But for Texas A&M Galveston.
Right.
So he's an amazing speaker, NASA. We're very excited to have him.
Yeah, and big time Aggie, always an
Yes.
advocate for A&M. So he does have connections to this community.
Class
for
of
sure.
80.
Class of 80.
Do you remember that? Yes, class of 80.
Okay, he should be a great speaker.
I've heard him speak at another event, and I was excited. It's impressive to hear his story, and he's a great and captivating speaker. So it's first time having him out for Veterans Day.
Good.
Yeah.
Anything else we need to talk about related to the actual event?
No, free, open to the public, 5:30 sharp.
Okay. All right, that's good.
Yes.
What about the entire site in case somebody hasn't been out there? What would you like him to know about that?
The Brazos Valley Veterans Memorial is a 12-acre site, and what it is we have it's 18 sites dedicated for all the wars that the United States has been involved in, and that includes our War of Independence, Texas Independence. So we have that out there as well. But eventually, by 2026, every single site will have a life-size bronze statue that represents something from that battle, from that time, from that era out there. So we have a few left to go. I mean, in what, 5 years? Glad I
Yeah.
can do math.
Yeah.
But recently, so this past year, we did the firefighter statue, the police officer statue, and the special operations soldier that's added to our 9/11, or War on Terror, which is also the steel relic from one of the World Trade Center towers. And then we also have our Gulf War set up out there as well. So if you haven't been this year, definitely go and check out our new statues. And then for 2022, we will have 2 dedications, which is going to be Kosovo War and then the Expeditionary Operations. So Dominican Republic, Panama, Grenada.
Yeah, Grenada.
Sorry,
Mhm,
Grenada.
mhm, mhm.
I can't say things
No,
right.
you're good.
I blame the Beaumont in me. No.
Nice.
So that we don't have dates on that yet, but definitely follow us on Facebook. We're on Facebook, and then our website is bvvm.org. That's where you can get an application for the Wall of Honor, stay updated on our events, but also donate. I mean, we take donations towards, you can donate to a specific statue if that, hits close to home to you. We're also working on an entrance project because right now people don't know what's all back there in the woods.
Yeah.
You'll see maybe right now the Gulf War, maybe the War on Terror, maybe the Vietnam, but you don't know what all is really back there. And so we want an interest project for that. Or you can just donate to the memorial itself because, we want everything to be on there. And even after 2026, there's still little additions that we can do to each site as well.
Right.
Or benches, things like that just to add to the park.
And I have no idea if you know this offhand, but those statues are not cheap. Do you have any idea what basically one statue costs your board?
It depends. I can't say exactly which one is which because
Right.
over the years now you'll see color added. So there's actually like full color, which is pretty cool, other than like our original statues were just bronze. And then we have, you also have the whole site work. So not only just the statue, but you also sometimes have a panel, and there'll be bronze, like say a ship or
Oh, right.
a fighter thing, airplane,
Yeah.
military equipment behind them. But then you also have, if we need to add a sidewalk, or say for Gulf War, we did a sand pit to do that. For the Mexican War, we had a stone wall because it represented a war where they were, jumping over a wall. For World War I, it actually is a trench war. So you actually see the soldiers are coming up over a wooden statue. So it's not just the statue, it's also the whole site itself.
Yeah.
For addition. So they can get 50, 75, 100 plus.
Well, I know that it has to be thousands and thousands of dollars just for one particular
the-
site. So
expensive.
donations, they get put to use.
Yes, and we're supported by City of College Station, City of Bryan, and Brazos County, and then the rest is literally by individual or company donations.
Okay. So again, circling back, your Veterans Day ceremony is on November 11th at what time?
5:30.
5:30.
November 11, 5:30 every year.
Veterans Park and Athletic Complex over in the main plaza, right?
Yes.
And bvvm.org, or follow you guys on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And the easiest way, it's 3101 Harvey Road. So come in on Harvey Road, and then you'll see parking either to the right or to the left. That'll be the easy way.
Did we do it all? Did we cover it all?
I think so. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you very much. And thank you guys for letting us come on and talk about the City of College Station. That is stuff you don't usually see. Well, we kind of rambled our way through, and we only lost one light.
Yeah.